Good morning, class. Welcome to this lesson. I'm going to teach you about plants. My name is Mr. Rashid. So welcome and feel free to ask any question as we proceed with the lesson. Today we are going to learn about plants, and under plants we are going to learn parts of the plants and their functions. You see, a fully grown plant has got the following parts. We have the roots, which is found under the soil. Then slightly above the soil we have the stem. Then we have the leaves, we have branches, fruits and flowers. When you go to study the functions of these parts of the plant, we are going to start with the roots of the plant. The roots, as I said earlier, are found below the soil, and the functions of the roots include the following. Number one, we have anchorage. Anchorage means that the roots support the plant by holding it firmly in the soil. By this, it means that even when we have the strongest wind, the plants are able to withstand the strength of the wind, and therefore they are not going to be blown away. After the root, we have the stem. Big plants like tree, they have one single stem, which are also known as a trunk. The stem, the work of the stem is to support the plant and hold the rest of the plant. Although another function of the stem is to transport water and mineral salts absorbed by the roots to other parts of the plant. In other words, apart from transporting water and mineral salts to other parts of the plant, the stem also transports food made by the leaves from the leaves to other parts of the plant. Another function of the stem, in some plants, the stem stores food. For example, the Irish potato stores food in the stem. We have sugarcane also store food in the stem. And you have to be very careful when you're talking about storing food in the stem, because this is not the function of all the stems in all the plants. It's just the stems of some few plants, like for example, the ones that we have mentioned previously. Next, when we come to the leaves, leaves also have got several functions. The function number one of the leaves is to make food for the plants, especially the green plants. The leaves make food under a process known as photosynthesis. This one you learn in details as we proceed in this class, but photosynthesis is the process whereby plants make their own food by using water, mineral salts in the presence of sunlight. In some plants also, food is stored in the leaves. Examples of the plants that store food in the leaves include kales, cabbage, and even the onions. Some students think that onions store food in the roots because the onions are harvested from below the soil. But in the real sense, the onions store food in the leaves. Other plants that we don't consume as food, like sisal, also store foods in the leaves. Then the leaves also act as a breathing organ for the plants, because on the leaves we have many small holes called stomata. The work of the stomata is in two folds. Number one, the stomata breathes in carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen. And function number two of the stomata, they allow water, excess water, to be passed out from the plants to the atmosphere under a process known as transpiration. From the leaves, we go to the flowers. The flowers are the reproductive organs of the plant. These flowers will eventually grow into fruits, and inside the fruits, some plants have got seeds. Thank you. That's the end of our lesson. If you have any question, feel free to ask.